Hello students, we have been discussing the second chapter of class 12 biology, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Today we will discuss about pollen grain. In the previous video we saw that how the myocyte develop into four haploid microspore and finally into pollen grains. So we saw that how do the myocytes or myocyte after meiosis convert into four haploid microspores, which when the anther becomes mature starts to dissociate themselves from each other, and finally they convert into pollen grains. So this is the structure. Meiosis 2, then it becomes 4, starts to dissociate itself, starts to, it must be here in the middle, it starts to dissociate itself, and finally they convert into pollen grains. So the myocytes after meiosis becomes 2, here becomes 4, and these are microspore tetrad 4. They start to dissociate themselves when they become mature, and finally they convert into pollen grains. Now we have to deal with pollen grains. So what are pollen grains? These are male gametophyte. And these are partly, what is a pollen grain? A partly germinated microspore. What is it? A partly germinated microspore. It is a partly germinated microspore, and it is haploid, that means in chromosome, uninucleate, having just one nucleus, and has minute spore. So pollen grain is haploid, consists of one nucleus and has minute spore, and this one is produced in large numbers. They are produced in large numbers. Where? In MMC, microspore mother cell, and they vary in shape as well as size, design, color, shape, size, design, color, from species to species. So these are pollen grain is a male gametophyte, and it is a partly germinated microspore, It is haploid, it has one nucleus and has a minute spore, and it is produced in large numbers in MMC, microspore mother cell, and its shape, size, color, design vary from species to species. Now this pollen grain is made up of two layers. What are those two layers? What are those two layers? Let us draw a figure first. So these are germ spores. In monocots there is only one germ spore, but in dicots we have three germ spores. We have three germ spores. One, two, and three. The outer layer is called exine and the inner layer is called intine. The outer layer is called exine and the inner layer is called intine, and these are the germ germ pores. In dicot we have three germ pores, but in monocot we have just one germ spore. So exine it is the hard outer layer. Exine is the hard outer layer, and it is made up of sporopollenin. It is the hard outer layer and it is made up of sporopollenin. What is sporopollenin? It is the most resistant organic material, and even high temperatures, acids, strong acids as well as alkalis don't have any effect on it. So due to presence of sporopollenin, what happens? They can be preserved as fossils. That means pollen grains can be preserved as fossils. So exine is the outer layer. It is made up of sporopollenin, which is very highly resistant material, and it can withstand high temperature, strong acids and alkali. And because of this particular characteristics, what a characteristic, the pollen grain can be preserved as fossils. Pollen grains have prominent apertures. This one, depression, these are apertures. These have prominent apertures called germ pores. What are these called? These are called germ pores, where sporopollenin is absent. Here sporopollenin is not present, sporopollenin is absent. Intine, it is the inner layer. We all know that it is the inner layer, and it is thin and composed of cellulose and pectin. Cellulose and pectin. So the innermost layer, or the inner layer you can say, is intine, which is thin and it is composed of cellulose and pectin. So we will continue this lecture, the series of lecture, in the next video. Till then, keep enjoying and studying biology, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and like and subscribe my videos.